So when it comes to portrait lighting, strobe light used to be my only option. It's been like that for many years, and it's for a good reason. Strobe lights are powerful and they get the job done, but they're not perfect. For me, strobe light has two major drawbacks, which I'll explain later. Let's take a look at the other option. The other option is the video light. Video light has been around for many years, but they didn't become such a big game changer till the LED got introduced to the market. Nowadays, these LED lights just become better and better. They're smaller, they're brighter, they're more portable and more affordable. So around 2 years ago, I started using video light, and let me tell you this, I love it. I think under certain lighting conditions, video light is absolutely a better choice over the strobe light. To better explain what I mean, I want to show you a photo shoot that I did using two LED lights. First, let's take a look at the light that I use in this photo shoot. So the LED light come from Zhiyun. One is the Zhiyun MOLUS X100RGB. The other one is Zhiyun MOLUS X60RGB. So both lights are RGB lights. As you can see, these lights are quite small. And then the softbox I use with these two lights are actually the softbox come from the Pro package, and they're a small softbox. So one softbox is 15 inches diameter. The other one is 8 inches diameter. They're the mini softbox. As you can see, these lights are quite small, and you might wonder, are you able to get some good results from these lights? Actually, you can get amazing result with these small softbox, which I'll show you later on how exactly you get that result. And actually, I got this shot using these two small lights, and that's just one of the shots of this whole series. So let's talk about the photo shoot. So basically, I start shooting at golden hour and then finish till it's dark. As you may know, the golden hour and the blue hour and during the night, the color temperature is quite different from daytime. Golden hour is usually 2500K, and during the night, or blue hours is 6000K or even higher. So you already see the problem when you're using strobe light, which is strobe light is always daylight balanced. So you're gonna have color issues. So you either have to use gel or fixing the post editing. For me, none of these are ideal. But with LED light, it's much easier because you can just change the color to whichever you want and then match the color, or you can do the complement color with highlights warmer, the shadows darker, cooler, whichever way you want. You can have full control. So that's the one advantage. The other advantage is like when you're shooting low light, you need to, in order to get a natural result, you need to match the lighting level between your light and the ambient light. So that means your light need to be very low level. So that's the other issue with a strobe light, because many strobe light you might find out, even if you're shooting at the lowest power, the light's still way too bright. And this is not an issue with LED light. It's just so much easier when you're dealing with low light when you're using LED lights, because you can dial down much lower and get the result much natural. And then now let's take a look at how we can get this a soft light result with a small softbox. The key thing is using two lights. So basically what happened is like you put one light as a key light to whatever the position you need it to be, and then if you find out that the transition between the highlight and the shadow is too smooth, you add another light. The other light is, I call it the transition light, basically to help to smooth the transition between the highlight and the shadow. Okay, let's do a demonstration. So I just gotta use a two light, one as the key light, one as the transition light. So we put out our key light to where we think will give us the best result. And then if we think that the transition between the highlight and shadow is too harsh, we just add a second light to help smooth this transition. And then you can see right now this transition is much smoother. And then of course you can switch the position of the transition light to get different level of contrast. Here gonna be more contrasty. If I put here, gonna be less contrasty. So that's how you control the contrast level by using two lights. I also want to talk about the light stand that I use for these two lights. So actually I didn't even use a real light stand. What I actually use is just those the iPhone tripod that people use when they travel, they want to use it for taking selfies. I just use those. I bought it from Amazon. They're like 20 bucks. And the light stand is so small, when you clamp them together, they're like less than 10 inches. So end up the whole pack, the whole setup is so small, it fit in like a small shoulder bag. And I'm talking about two lights, two softbox, 2 light stands, 1 camera, 2 lens, plus my GoPro and the GoPro light, stand that I use to record the behind the scenes. So the whole thing fits in a small shoulder bag. So you can tell this package is actually very portable, and if you travel, this is going to be a very good solution for you, and especially when you're dealing with low light. Okay, so final thought. For me, I think LED light cannot replace strobe light, at least not yet. But under certain lighting condition, for example, if you're shooting golden hour, blue hour, or if you're dealing with low light or shooting indoor, LED is absolutely a much better choice. It allows you to match the ambient light color or adjust the color to whatever creative effect you want to create, and also it's just much better when it matching the low light ambient. When when you mix 2 lights together, it's just much better when it matching the lower level of the ambient light. Not like strobe lights, it's like too strong. But if you have to shooting during the daytime, like midday, like a very bright sun, strobe light definitely gonna be a better choice, because the strobe light is already daylight balance. You're not gonna have, you no longer have the color balance issue like when you're shooting the golden hour or nighttime. The other thing is, when you're shooting daytime, you need to match the bright sunlight, and then strobe light is much powerful than LED light, and then it's just gonna give you a much better result using strobe light. So yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys, and I hope you liked the video. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll answer as much as I can. And like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.